And so I'm really excited to have Kim Moeller with us today of Moeller Dog, and she's going to be doing our training content, and I'll have the pleasure of introducing her in a little bit, and then I'm going to be working on the business end, and then we'll be combining that in some fun ways tomorrow as well. So with that, let's talk a little bit about the challenges inherent in working dog-dog aggression. So you have all of the same challenges that you have anytime you're doing private training, right? The unfinished cases. You know, you never meet a dog trainer who doesn't complain about client compliance, right? It's never quite what we want it to be. And a lot of times, too, lack of buy-in for methodology, right? We have some issues around that at times. And this, of course, is exacerbated in dog-dog aggression with issues like the emotional component of it, right? You have a dog who is leash reactive, and the owners have gotten to a point where they are so terrified to walk their dog anymore that they've just stopped, or they're out, dedicatedly walking the dog at 4 in the morning when they couldn't possibly come across any other dogs as well. So it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Kim Moeller, and she's going to take us through on-leash reactivity.
Thank you. So what is it? Of course, it is dogs who bark and lunge at other dogs on leash, right? It is often misinterpreted as aggression. So the clients will call you up and say, my dog is aggressive. And you go, well, can you explain that to me? Aggression is aggression just like any other behavior. It's a normal behavior. It's just more emotional for the client. Okay? I think a lot of trainers do not go into leash reactivity. It's not something that they're willing to take on because of it's kind of a dirty word, right? Aggression. Well, I don't want to touch aggression. I don't want to treat it. It's actually a really easy behavior to treat. It's about when we need to. We're doing day training, but we're doing consult. We go in, we do the question, right? Question and answer period, or we're doing coaching. Whatever we're doing, we need to empathize with the owners to understand what they're going through. So empathizing. You guys ever done something new, taken a dance class, or I don't know, played a new instrument, or done like agility when you've only done competition obedience or anything like that, and you notice how hard it is when you start? Like I was trying to take swing dance classes, and to get that coordination right of the footwork and all that, then to put it to music, then try to have a partner, like spin them around or watch their body language and know when to go back and forth. All of that. If you take on something new, you really do empathize with owners of what they have to go through. So we're going to go really, again, just the basics and go into how to treat the different types of styles of off-leash play. I always tell people, too, if you have like a bully breed, like some of those big, or even for any reactive dogs, to like dress them up like in a little tutu or something that looks cute, so it makes the dogs look softer, so when they do react, people just kind of laugh at them because they're all dressed up, right? That's another tool, right? You just have humor about it, really,
Okay, so this morning we're going to start with some work around working with clients inside of the day training context. These tips for working with clients should be helpful whether you're doing day training or board and train, and a lot of it will apply to straight coaching as well. And then we're going to take you through 4 training plans to take a look at different ways of addressing different types of dog-dog issues, and then we'll end the day with some marketing and sales tips, so you can go out there and feel real confident about going and getting those clients to do all this stuff with. Okay. So working with clients. Some day training tips. So we've been working with our clients for several years now in this day training modality, and have sort of picked up some tips along the way that I want to share. One is to just remember that less is more. And you're gonna hear us talk about this a lot today as we go through the plans. Less is more. When you think about any particular dog-dog case, there's all sorts of things you could do. you'll be able to come up with a whole list of different behaviors you could teach, exercises you could take the dog through, and any of them, a whole number of them would be useful. But one of the things we want to remember in day training is that everything you teach the dog has to be transferred to the client.
So we're on day 4, cruising right along. We're just going to warm up with our weights with focus, because now we're going outside more, right? We're doing a real life walk. So we're going to warm up with weight with focus when we go out the door. We might warm up with some find its and turns and goes. Hey, this is what this looks like. Let's do a little practice session, just a little bit of reminder. I'm going to start with some open bar, closed bar, and then I'm going to take a real life walk. And what are we going to incorporate? Our practice of turn and go if we need to on our real life walk. And again, what are we going to end with? The thing that he really likes to do.
And then we move to week 3.
So week 3, we're going to prove, focus, leave it, and recall around other dogs. Now we're really starting to work around other dogs because this is our last week. We're going to work on consistent. Our goal is to get consistent, polite greetings with dogs. We're going to try to recall him out of dog play and increase the time on the trail and generalize appropriate play to possibly a new trail. When you're working on recalls out of dog play, I like to do as many recalls as possible when I'm starting. So the dog may play for maybe a minute or 2 and then you're calling him out. Play for a minute or 2 and then calling it out. So you're really building in that come when called, that refocus around dogs. So dogs aren't always the most important, that he can learn to turn it off, come back to you. And you're either using food or his tug, and then the other reinforcer is he gets to stay in the game and go play again.
You're feeling comfortable with working all this stuff, we hope. You're going to go out there and work the dogs and change the owner's lives and change the dogs' lives, but we got to get them to sign up first, right? We've got to get them to find you, to know that you have this wonderful service available, and to sign on for it. So let's take a look at that. One of the things, we're going to look at a number of different things about marketing, but one of them is about finding the message. And in order to find your marketing message, you need to think a little bit about who the message is for. In day training, you're looking at targeting busy families and professionals. Those are the ones who need you more than anyone else, right? They're the ones who are likely to have the socioeconomic status to afford your service. And they are just too darn busy to do this themselves. They just really don't want to do it themselves. They would rather pay to have it done than to do it. You're also looking at folks that obviously have some level of commitment to their animals, or they wouldn't be looking at a trainer in the first place.